Actually,
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on? What's going Asim naman ng mukha mo. Good morning.
You know that vanilla flavor na parang bubblegum na hindi mo maintindihan? Na
Right.
parang,
di kasi sanay sa pabango to eh.
ito na naman sa hindi sanay. Parang, remember, did I tell you about that story about the chef telling us that we just don't know the taste of Italian food?
Right.
nag nag
Nakakainis.
nagko-complain kami na panis yung pinakain sa amin. Hindi nyo lang alam yung taste ng Italian food. Come on, let's roll that intro.
All right, baby. Let's do it. Two guys from two worlds. This is the flip side. New episodes uploaded on YouTube every Wednesdays and Saturdays. Now, your hosts, Jay and Noel. Yeah. Okay. Good morning.
Mamamas ko po.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
So I just realized the trick or treat in Halloween got mixed up here in the Philippines. That's when we do Mamamas ko po. That's our trick or treat here in the Philippines.
How is it really?
Mamamas ko po. I mean, that's the closest. Because that's, annoying kids come up to your door and ask for treats or money. And that happens the same thing
Like
for you guys.
random kids will just go up to your door and just
Yeah.
say Mama Maskopo.
Yeah, they'll sing a couple of bars like we wish you a Merry Christmas, Mamamas ko po.
Pag di nagbigay, ano sasabihin?
Yun na yun. It's like it's not even a whole song. It's just like a couple of bars. Some of the kids don't even know the lyrics. Mamamas ko po. It just
then
always
the
ends with
Yeah.
give me your money.
And then, pag hindi mo nabigyan or hindi ka nagbigay,
Oh,
ang babarat ninyo.
Thank you.
thank you.
So that's the closest we got to trick or treat here in the Philippines. Do you guys have
That's
anything
good.
like that going on there for Christmas? I mean, is there
Oh,
anybody
hell
like not?
no. What they have is like since probably December 12th, starting December 12th, it's usually about a week and a half prior to Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. All of
I
a
mean,
sudden, there's a bunch of guys standing, or girls or women who are volunteers who are standing in front of grocery stores, churches, whatever, with the bell and then the red
yeah,
container. Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
corny. You don't have
Yeah.
any like random kids asking for money during Christmas, like the lost Filipino children in the states.
That's
Mamamas ko
that's
po.
usually called homeless.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not here. It's like how kids make money during Christmas.
Right, right. No, we don't have that
So
here. I mean, it's pretty quite boring and whatnot.
yeah, here like it's like gabi na, uwi na kayo. Like
Yeah.
it's a chance for them to beg, and then it's a chance for me to be sungit. Like
Mm.
umuwi na kayo, wala kang pera.
What about sa US? Meron din bang like Christmas na pupunta sa ibang bahay? Like sa ninong, ninang, ganun.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of that. Usually it's what they take more personal and celebrate more personal here for some reason is like Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So
Yeah,
the families will go to each other's houses for Thanksgiving and whatnot. For Christmas, typically it's more like a personal thing because not everybody celebrates Christmas here. You know, how like I was just talking about this in YouTube. I mean, in TikTok earlier as well. I don't know if you heard that, Noel, but how Filipinos, when they adapt to American culture or wherever there is, no matter what, we will celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? And then Christmas Day is typically a day of gala gala or galabanting, like
Mm.
Filipinos would say.
we got rules, people. We got
Yeah,
rules to follow. There's a
that,
tradition here.
that's right. But here, most people will have, well, so Christmas Day, Christmas morning, they'll do the exchange gifts, and then typically it's Christmas Day dinner, and then they don't usually go to a lot of families' houses and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
they do, but not everybody.
there's a program, kids. There's like this is what we're gonna do first, and then we'll do this one next, and then we'll do that one next.
What
It's
about the reunion?
What do you mean reunion?
Reunion, like family gathering for Christmas. Parang ganun.
Wala na
It's
yun.
not, again, it's not as big. It's typically Thanksgiving is what's, it seems like, at least it seems like it's what's celebrated more. Oh, your camera went off. What happened? Can you say something? I can't hear you.
Nothing.
Uh,
Hi.
Wait.
again, I can hear you now, but it's not through your mic. It's through your computer. Can you say something again?
Yeah, saying something. Hold on.
Yeah, it's through your computer. We are having some technical difficulties right now. For some reason, somebody forgot to pay their Wi-Fi or their internet.
No, Wi-Fi is working. It's the thingamajiggy here that got unplugged for some reason.
Ah,
I was moving.
oh, I lost you. Lost you.
There, I think we're back.
You're good. You're back.
We're back. Balakubak.
All right. All right. So what were you saying?
Yeah, what was that rant all about?
Oh, Christmas celebrations and whatnot. Either Americans here do it on Christmas Day, but then you were saying something.
Yeah, no, I could just imagine lost Filipino kids such as yourself when you were 12 years old getting fresh off the boat, celebrating Christmas for the first time and knocking on people's doors. Mama, mas ko pa.
I'm so bored. And then a white guy just walks out of his door with a gun and is like, "Get out of my door!"
Yeah. Or nagtatago yung ninong-ninang.
Man. It's like
Yeah.
Christmas here it's fun, but it's not as widely celebrated as Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. But it was Christmas here in the Philippines has been so. We wanted to top you guys as far
Right.
as Christmas goes.
Oh, you
Parang
definitely do.
it was commercialized and dug down deep into our souls. From the religious anger, from the a religious angle to the shopping angle to
Right.
everything like revolves around Christmas. Like everything, all the holidays, the whole year actually just builds up towards Christmas.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that's like a Philippine staple. You know what though? I think I just realized the biggest difference for Christmas here and there. Christmas here is practically dictated by its religion. You know what I mean?
Mm.
If you're Muslim, if you're Jewish, if you're Mormon, if you're Catholic or Christian or whatever, it's really celebrated differently, right? Like Jewish people does not celebrate Christmas. Muslim people don't celebrate. Not here. Nobody does. In the Philippines, on the other hand, I could be wrong, but it seems like no matter what the religion or beliefs are, it's celebrated nationwide.
The carinderia that we go to are Muslim. Actually, they don't serve any pork or anything like that.
Right.
So, and we respect them. I also don't say like Merry Christmas to them or whatever. They don't say Merry Christmas to us, but the spirit is there.
Do you say shukran?
No,
Oh,
no,
no,
no. They
that's
don't
not right.
like greet any official Muslim or Christian greetings. It's just like, oi, oi. And like everybody's just naturally nicer to each other.
Right.
I get a little extra rice here and there every now and
Oh
then.
my God.
But there's no official Merry Christmas or Shukran or whatever it is that people say from their religion. But you can just feel whether you're Muslim, whatever, or non-religious. It doesn't matter what your religion you're practicing. Parang people are just, maybe because there's so many holidays in between. There's, I know, and so everybody's sort of giddy.
Right.
Na,
Right.
uy, saan kayo bukas? Or where are you gonna be for the weekend? Because everybody's all practicing or preparing to go out to the province already. So everybody's extra nice to each other.
Yeah, me
Right. What were you
before
saying,
when I was
Christine?
Yeah, me before when I was young, Hindi kami nagse-celebrate ng Christmas.
Kasi
Yeah.
mahirap
Hindi,
kayo, ganon.
no. Sa religion. Religion din. Iglesia ni Cristo.
Oo, hindi kasi mahirap kayo.
Hindi.
Okay. I just got mind blown here for a second. Okay.
Hindi sineselebrate nila.
So once upon a time, born again Christian ka. Tapos
Oh.
naging Katoliko. Tapos Iglesia ni Cristo.
Yeah.
Oh, ang dami nun ah.
Hmm.
Well, we can go down that route.
No,
Yeah.
I don't want to go down that route. I don't want to go that route.
I've toured that also. But hey, no, speaking of being poor in Christmas, my son the other day was telling me, I was giving him his gift. What?
Poor in Christmas. Okay.
No. Well, yeah, he said that too. But no, the one that caught my attention was like, ooh, it's a gift from my dad. This
Yeah.
better be good. This better be good. And I was like, excuse me,
No
sir?
way.
Oh my God.
Are you
Excuse me?
serious?
Excuse me? Like, it was funny because when he said that better be good, it better be good, I was about to hand it to him and it was like, excuse me? Excuse me? What did you just say, young boy? So we had
Jesus.
our little talk, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. The guy's, I think he's playing around with his sense of humor. He's trying to figure out what he's in between sarcastic, smart aleck, and
I'm just
being-
gonna
trying
say
to
no
be-
comment in
trying
regards
to
to
be
that.
funny.
No comment.
I can't blame him because in a way I'm like that too. Like, you hear me now, I sound all like sarcastic and
Yeah,
oh,
but it's
so
not about
negative.
blaming him. It's not about blaming him. That's why I refuse to not comment. It's not about blaming him. I'm not gonna comment because that's BS, bro.
I thought it was funny.
It
thought
is
it was
kind of
funny.
funny. It is kind of funny, but at the same time, I mean, if I hear something like that from my kids, I'd be like, you know what, you go f yourself.
No, but the positive thing about what I'm trying to bring up in relation
Yeah.
to your kids, the fact that the holiday season, and it's a season, it's just not one day. It's like a whole, kind of creeps up on you on November and then December, the whole thing. It's a nice sort of season to like to beat it down on the kids slowly but
Right,
surely that
right.
you got to be grateful, you got to be thankful for the stuff that you have, and be thankful for the family that you have. It's a good thing that it's a season and it's not just like a one day slap in the face. This one I can
It's
give it to him.
tolerable since it's one time.
No, it's a whole season. That's what I mean. So I don't have to give him a big slap. It's just like I could give it to him every now and then. It's like a whole
Right, right.
it's a marathon kind of lecture about being grateful for what you have or the family that you have versus just one time saying you're gonna be grateful and you're gonna remember it for the rest of the year. No, this is like a whole month of sort of brainwashing the kid into accepting what he has.
Nice, nice. Well, it kind of makes sense, though. You kind of. So eventually, you're gonna have to like slap the crap out of him.
Yeah, we'll get there once New
It's
Year
like,
comes.
get your S together, boy.
That's what New Year is for.
Right,
Yung
right. Hey, but you didn't. I
pasabog.
meant to ask. I don't know if you answered or not. If you mentioned it, but the karinderia you go to. So since they're Muslim, do they actually celebrate Christmas?
They're open on New Year's Eve.
But
and
do
this-
they have
No, not New
on
Year's
Christmas
Eve.
Day? You mean Christmas
No,
Eve?
Christmas Day
Eve
open.
open sila. Parang wala nangyari.
Yeah,
No, but do they have Christmas decorations of sorts?
Wala.
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 Wow.
Pero yun nga, that's what I wanted to emphasize a while ago, that even if they're not Christian or they don't celebrate, birth of Christ, yada yada yada, everybody just has that family spirit. Like, everybody's extra nicer. That's what I
Correct.
appreciate
No, pero
about
may
being in the
napansin ako sa
Philippines.
kanila. Christmas tip.
Christmas
Naglagay
tip.
sila.
Ayun.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
they're Muslim. They don't celebrate Christmas, but they have a box saying Christmas
Merry
tip.
Christmas
Merry
tip.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Whatever. So
Which reminds me, it's the same thing with the guards, with the security guards in the subdivision, right? Like, every
Right.
time you go in and out, you're like, oh, wala na naman akong barya. So, but yeah,
but do you
it's
have to
nice.
tip them every time?
No, well, syempre nakakahiya lang because that box is like, mamamas ko po,
Every
mamamas
day,
ko
every
po.
daan.
It's like the gate is slowly opening, extra slower this time so that you
It's
can
like
like slow down and really see the box. That's right. No, but they see us, ay, nakamotor yan. No, hindi magbibigay yan. They're not going to give anything.
Braot yan.
They're on the
Ay,
motorcycle. Yeah,
wag
they're
na.
not going to
Tingnan
give
mo.
anything.
Bulok naman yung motor nila. Wag na.
And then I was so mean the other day because there was this street sweeper. You know, God bless her heart. But you know, she's like, Kuya, sabi niya. And then all of a sudden, she handed me this. I thought she was going to kidnap me or something. All of a sudden, she handed me this envelope. Says, pwede ko ba ibigay itong envelope na to sa'yo? Eh, tapos, I was doing something with a motorcycle and I was like, pwede ba hindi? Mamaya na lang.
But what's the envelope for?
You know what it's for.
For Christmas,
You know, if the envelope is empty and then it says Merry Christmas, it means
Oh,
you need to
okay.
give it back.
So, but at least that's kind of classy for that person, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
but
like
it was-
just,
yeah.
diba?
Right.
Ang nakakatawa dito sa
Oh.
amin, like hindi lang street sweeper,
Mm.
basura or any na nagkukuha ng mga sa amin.
Right. So
Lagi may sobre.
they expect you to bring the sobre or the envelope inside your house, pass it around, and then give
Yeah.
it back when they come back.
Ah, I see. But
It's-
I still think that's pretty, okay, that's not bad. I think that's a
Yeah.
lot better than like sticking your hand out. You know what I mean?
Oh, naman, it's more dignified. But being the a-hole that I was like, pwede mama, like, sabi, pwede ko ba ibigay ito sa'yo? Sabi ko, pwede bang hindi mo ibigay sa akin? Can I not accept the envelope because I don't have anything to give you really? And then
What
she
did they
was like,
say?
okay. And then I was like, pasensya na, patawad, like we had our nice little exchange, but
Okay, then that's
I
not
was
bad.
just
Yeah.
caught
That's
off
not bad.
guard.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember the guy, nung nagpunta kami San Mateo nito.
Oh.
Ano yung naghihingi din ng tip, diba? Sabi mo, tinapay na lang, okay lang ba sa'yo?
Yun.
And
It's
then,
funny. I didn't have yeah, and so we stopped and then I had to fix something on the motorcycle again. There was something that was making noise. I stopped on the side and then the guy walks up to us and says, "Merry Christmas. Baka pwede pahingi ng barya. Pambili lang." With the tone, baka pwede pahingi ng barya. Bili lang ako ng tinapay. Sabi
Oh
ko,
my
tinapay?
God.
Tinapay ba? Meron akong tinapay dito. Yan, tinapay. And then he got it and then he left. And then about 3 hours later, I was like, "Damn, dapat di ko binigay yung tinapay. Nagugutom na ako."
oh my God. But ano ba naman yan? Tip na grasya na babawiin pa.
Oh, yeah.
Sus naman, come on.
But-
Ay, ano naman?
But I got him. He was like, para lang pabili ng tinapay. It's like, tinapay, ah? O, ito, tinapay. O, yan.
So, at least wala siyang mako-complain. Diba? Pag mag-complain man siya, Ay,
Yeah.
bakit
Kasi
naman
right away
tinapay?
nga, natawa ako dun Right away. Dun nakuha niya yung tinapay. Pagkatalikod niya lang, binuksan niya agad, sabay nga.
Kinain. Oh, yun. That's nice to see. When
That's
people
nice to
actually-
see. Yeah.
When people actually maybe it's a it's a self-fulfilling thing, but diba, it's nice to see someone actually is grateful for whatever it is that you gave them.
Yeah.
Kaysa sa yung walking away like tinapay lang yung binigay.
Yeah,
Ano
may
naman,
ganun kasi.
gahanap kasi ako ng barya pero tinapay yung binigay. Tinapay yung hiningi mo di ba?
At least hindi siya nagsabi, boss, mayroon ka bang pang soft drinks? Di ba?
Wala ka ba?
Pahabol pa.
Panulak.
Panulak ang tawag doon, Jason, panulak.
May pambara, walang panulak.
Right.
Kaya yun. So that's it. That's our little Christmas experience here so far. And, like I said, like what I wanted to emphasize with all that story was that it's contagious. Whether you're like, I'm just going to sleep like
Right.
for Christmas Eve and that kind of thing. You can't help but be happy to be around people, whether they're
Yeah.
they're Christians or not or whatever. It's contagious. Parang nakakatuwa nga. That's
It is. I just hope that that's actually the same way here, because they're so strict in regards to that here. When they don't celebrate Christmas here because of their specific religion, it's like it's like nothing. It's so
Do people
quiet.
do people say something like Merry Christmas? Hi, you're harassing me. I'm gonna sue you.
Some
You're
I've
harassing me.
actually seen I've actually seen people react that way. Like I said, oh, one, not to me, but I know one of my friends before said when we were out, Merry Christmas. The guy actually said, "I'm Jewish." What?
So it's an insult. Yeah. So the safest
Yeah.
is really just to say Happy Holidays.
Right.
Holidays.
I don't I still don't I don't get it though. How can that be insulting? I mean, I think the idea of that is not about saying Merry Christmas because I'm this, and that. It's just literally sharing holiday cheer. That's it. Get that straight, America. So, but listen though, you said something about sleeping, like you mentioned it on my passing. So yesterday, I sent you guys a picture that we were having dinner at a Korean barbecue place, right?
Mm.
So we started talking about Christmas Eve and what we're gonna be doing. So you know what the kids asked? They're like, "So we're gonna open gifts on Christmas Eve, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." So can we open it early, or what time are we early opening it? I'm like, I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago where it doesn't reach on midnight. So I was like, told them, no, this year we are opening gifts at midnight, no matter what. Past midnight, 12:01 at 1, whatever. That's when we're gonna open.
Not a second earlier.
Not a second earlier. And the other kid was like, man. And then the other kid is like, I'm just gonna go sleep. Wake me up at 12:01. I'm like, what?
Did you go
Jesus.
with when I was your age? I had to wait 3 weeks for my gift to open. That kind of thing.
Nah.
No.
I didn't do any of that. I just kept. I looked at both of them and I just kept shoving food in my face. That's it.
Okay, listen. Speaking of Christmas, it's worth to mention here that the past couple of days there's been a lot of Christmas holiday traffic here in the Philippines.
Right.
But what that also amounted to, I think, not because of the Christmas holiday, and I'm not blaming on the traffic or what, but I heard that the airports there were a lot of canceled flights or a lot of delayed flights because there's just so many travelers this season.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, compared to, remember a couple of years ago, like nobody was allowed to travel, and then we needed to have all these, COVID restrictions, this pandemic
Right.
restrictions, and that kind of thing. Now it's like free for all, and everybody's going places.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't bring. I wanted to talk about that last week, but I decided not to, just because of the fact that, it's just like any other Christmas, with the exception of the pandemic.
Pero wala, for me, hearing that news, it kind of felt like, like you've been like trapped inside for the past couple of years, and everybody now
Yeah.
is like, "Bleh, let's go."
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could say that is the case here, but it is not. I kid you not. You would think at the amount of travel that goes on, the busiest travel time of the year is Thanksgiving again and Christmas. You would think at the amount of excessive travel during those two periods, people would plan accordingly, right? No. At the last minute, or at the not the last minute, but everybody still wants to schedule to leave at the last minute to
So,
travel.
let me guess. You didn't travel. You stayed home, watched Netflix, Singles Inferno season 3, episode 1.
Mother,
my
good
God.
God, Jesus Christ. Mind blown. I kid you not. I was like, my mind was blown out of proportion watching that first episode. And so, you know that one part in the middle of the episode where the girl goes down from paradise into the car, right?
Yeah.
And the guy explained that there's a second inferno.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Holy crap! I busted out like the Matrix. I was like, whoa.
I felt like I was watching a season of Lost.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, holy, what? So,
They find,
Pasabog na ganun,
diba,
ano?
like they find a hole in the ground, and then it's like, oh, this leads to another Inferno.
right?
Tapos ito yung nakakatawa dun eh. Yung tunog like Squid Game.
Yeah.
Oh,
some
yeah,
of their-
yeah.
Did you notice some of their sound effects? Even the host or the lady that speaks, hello, singles or whatever. Like you're not
Right.
allowed to go to Inferno or like that. It's like, doesn't it sound like somebody from Squid Games would say?
Exactly, like the announcer. Yeah. I know. So I was reacting. I was reacting more enthusiastic and more surprised than the hosts were. I mean, they were acting like that, but in Korean
Mm.
terms, that's like. I literally, so I jumped up off my couch,
No,
right?
it's like this. Let me act it out for you.
Yeah.
There's another Inferno. Oh, I see. Oh.
What? Oh no, this is what they do right here. So you know how they're always holding their cards like this? They're like, oh,
Mm.
oh, oh, oh my
Yes,
gosh.
twin. Para
Really?
sila din na-shock eh. Kasi parang,
Yeah. Isn't that the most brilliant thing about the whole dynamics of the show? I got to give it, to the producers, to the directors of the show, how
masabog
the whatever's happening on screen, Inferno or in Paradise or whatever, and then there's like the whole, because sometimes parang pilit yung dating, di ba?
Right.
But this one, it seemed like it gelled together the hosts from like another studio or the anchors from another studio, which by the way was nice to have another contestant as part, a former contestant as part.
Exactly. Who was the heartthrob of the last season?
Galing. And he actually had like, pretty interesting stuff to say. It wasn't just like, yep, I would have done that. He actually had
Exactly.
like psychological analysis or theories to say,
Right.
to talk about. So
Right.
yeah,
So
I mean, talk about topping your sequel, that sequel curse that it's never going to be better than the first and the second.
oh no. It superseded let me put it, you know how I've been praising this whole Love and Blind thing and then all of a sudden bashing on it? So I finally finished that episode. I rushed finishing that season, the final season. So I decided to start this Inferno season 1, right? I actually watched season 1 first of all twice. Okay? Like in a row because I was like, hold on. I actually on the second episode I actually turned on the dubbed version with the English plus the subtitle just to make sure that I understood it right, because I was still confused.
That extra experience.
Right. So when she came down into the car and she explained to the guy that, oh yeah, there's another Inferno, I jumped off. I was laying down on my couch facing my TV with my freaking foot up, laying back and like, whatever. And then I was jumped up. I was like, holy crap, what the hell? My wife was like, shut up. Right. So to calm the storm, I laid back down, relaxed and whatnot. And then when they get back to the island, all of a sudden it was explained and showed that the stupid second Inferno is literally right in front of the first one. So I was like,
Visually, wasn't it also interesting to see the I think the Hyatt, the hotel that they used, also had two buildings.
it's like you're reading my mind. I'm not even kidding because I was about to say the two islands were in front of each other where they could be
Yeah.
standing in front of each other, waving at each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pero
But-
malayo ata eh.
Well, but my point was what I was about to say was Paradise had the two buildings in front of each other where they could be having their own paradise in their own rooms, which could be facing each other.
Yeah.
And they could have been waving at each other. Hi! You see what I'm saying?
Pero ang galing rin that they twisted, they flipped the script completely upside down, where it wasn't like a build up towards like who you want to be with, like who's he going to be with in Paradise.
Right.
It's like out of just these three people, choose
Right.
one.
Right. Exactly. It's
There's
kind
not
of
really-
it's
not
really
really a lot
brutal.
to choose from here, bro.
Well,
And then, may napansin na naman ako, like, baka may ma-question na naman dito. Kasi may isang girl doon na
Ayun.
nagsusuot na naman ng something branded, something
Who?
quintas.
Babae talaga yung
Babae.
makakapansin eh, di ba?
Oh,
No, I
talaga,
mean,
ganun talaga.
between the both of us, I didn't really could care less on what they were wearing, but she was noticing all the
The
brand. It's
brand.
like anyone that's wearing branded items, parang napapansin niya agad. Like, oh, ano yun ah? Hindi Chanel yun ah. Parang ganun.
Yeah. Kasi mako-question na naman sila ng brand,
Yeah.
ano
So we'll
dito.
see
That
how
that
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 goes.
might be well, maybe it's going to be another issue. Who knows, right?
So
Yeah.
actually, I could care less on who ends up with who. Obviously, it's like, what do I have to say about that? But I think it was just really brilliant how they, literally thought out of the box and like flipped everything around. That was really interesting to see. I mean, having been able to see the first and second seasons and being able to compare that to the third season to the previous seasons, that was a mind fuck.
Right.
It was like watching a season of Lost.
So I was pretty flabbergasted by the whole thing. I was taken aback by it. I was so surprised, right? But towards the end, I'll give you this. I've already watched 3 episodes. All right, I'm literally in the middle of episode 4.
Oh.
But towards the end of episode 3,
Mm.
I got pretty pissed off. I got annoyed. And I was basically, these are the cockiest sons of bitches I've ever seen on TV.
Yeah, the producers probably thought, the previous people that we got on the show, they're pretty tame.
Yeah,
Let's
they're
let,
pretty.
let's
you
get
know.
some cocky
Tapos
motherfuckers.
nakakatawa doon. Nakakatawa sa season 3. Pinagsama din sila. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I know.
Like, wala ng thrill. Pinagsama-sama lahat.
Yeah, so I don't
What
know
is
how
your
that's-
what is your take on all of a sudden switching infernos now? You know what I mean? How they're switching one person from another inferno that goes to paradise won't go back to the same inferno. We'll go to the other inferno. Let's just
Yeah.
say inferno 1, inferno 2.
It's
Do you
kinda
think
like
that's gonna
asking
create
me-
some kind of issue?
It's kind of like asking me, what do you think about putting the tigers in the alligator's nest? Like, it's parang, let's see what happens. Doesn't really matter. Like, what
Right.
do I care? Pero
Right.
parang, like, let's put the elephants together with the rhinos. Let's see what happens with that. Parang ganun siguro, in a sense, parang, I can see what the whole point was in the beginning, but it's
Yeah.
also interesting to mix them up. Parang, yeah, it's a nice ride. It's like I could, like I said, like I could almost care less about what happens romantically. I was more interested about how these characters sort of clash, or
Correct.
Or
But there
will-
was there that's what's lacking right now, the lack of clashing, because
Mm.
there's too much ego and cockiness going around that holy bejesus, bro. I'm like, there's this one guy, this basketball player. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
dude, you're no Michael Jordan or Brad Pitt or whatever, but I gotta give it to this guy now. He's confident. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna get annoyed
Siya
or
yung
proud.
pinagagawa ng mga babae. Oh my
Like-
God.
right in the middle of a
Exactly.
date, and he's like, I was thinking of getting to know this other person better.
I just saw that yesterday. And then after saying that, I know exactly what you're talking about. But after saying that, he goes, I don't have any more questions for you. I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, and the girl's like, really?
Really?
No questions. And it was funny to see the hosts also commenting about like the degree of like lowering the chin or not lowering the chin. Like, there it is again.
I swear,
Yeah.
these are like the horniest women so far as well. In these last 3 seasons, because so far there's 2 women. The one that you're talking about. That's
Mm.
all.
Ay,
Hi.
yung tingin niya like parang
Yeah.
papang-akit.
Are you
And then
lowering your
there's this-
chin on me, Jason? Are you lowering
There's
your
there's
chin?
this other girl just doing this all the time, and I'm like, stop already, relax. Go get a
Always
napkin.
nandun nakatutok yung camera. Oh my God.
I know, but that one girl with the look though, she's like, and at first it was like, whoa, seductive look, but as her head goes down and that eyes goes out, it starts to look like it's either she wants you or she wants to kill you.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. I was
So
like,
there's 2 things that popped out for me in that show. The entitlement, one. But the
Yeah.
second one that I found so funny was like the people sleeping on the helicopter on their way back. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Tulog. Yan, lapit lang naman.
yeah, pero I don't know how tired you are, but I've never fallen asleep on a helicopter before. I'd be like, wow,
what?
you know, I'd be taking pictures or something.
You know
But
what?
Right.
The other couple kasi, like, hindi kasi nagtabi sa bed. So, kaya nagkaganon.
kaya
Kaya
inaantok,
napagod, oo.
inaantok. Yeah, pero there
Well,
was also one time that isang tao was just single, and then there was a couple right beside her, but she was just like,
yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that one. I saw that one. Yeah. I was like, she must not have gotten any sleep. Yeah.
we should have put a disclaimer or a warning before we started talking about this. Like, hey, spoiler
Oh,
alert.
spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't seen Singles Inferno on Netflix episode of season 3, yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking about it right now.
But you probably won't appreciate it as much as if you've seen the first couple of seasons first, and if you've seen Squid Games.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But you know what, though? I'll give it to these Korean shows because of Singles Inferno.
Mm.
My point of view on watching these shows like Terrace House, Singles Inferno, or anything like that has got to be so much broader. Meaning, because of these Korean shows, the way these hosts watch, they notice everything. I mean, they literally notice everything: body language, hair movements,
Yeah.
and it's pretty impressive, And I've kind of gotten used to it.
Yeah, a friend of mine used to say subtlety is a lost art.
Absolutely, I agree.
But come to think of it, it's probably lost like in most Hollywood or American shows. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still very much practiced here in like well, let's not even say Asia. Yeah, Japanese and Korean. I don't know about other Asian productions, but yeah,
You know what?
subtlety.
Yeah, subtlety is definitely lost, and I definitely noticed that the most as well. Like where the basketball player was talking to that that looky look girl,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden he goes, "Oh, by the way, I didn't give you permission to talk casually with me." I'm like, "Whoa."
Another layer of Korean thing that we don't have. We have something like that here in the Philippines, right? Like we're talking to each other. Opo, ganyan po.
No, that's casual. That's just respect, though. I
It's not
think
as strict as the way Koreans talk about it.
I don't think so. That the whole formality thing,
Mm.
the way that unless you have specific, from what I've noticed ever since the beginning of that season 1 or whatever,
Mhm.
when they talk to each other, there is that constant
Respect.
respect and I don't know, professional. Is that the right word to use
Right.
when they're talking to each other?
Yeah, can't let your hair down. It's always
Right.
like up on a bun.
And then all of a sudden they'll both say, "Oh, let's speak casually with each other."
Yeah. It's like a big deal.
Yeah, it's kind of weird at first. Then I got used to it. Then we don't really have that in the Philippines.
Yeah. We should be able to understand it though. It is a very Asian thing. I'm not surprised by it, but it's just so much more pronounced, I guess, when you watch Korean shows. Japanese don't seem to have anything like that, though, right?
No, Japanese do as well. They do, but
Oh.
not as. I don't think it's as formal. Actually,
Mm.
instead of professional, it's not as formal as that. The
Mm-mm.
flip side of what you just said is
Mm.
you not being shocked by it. The flip side of that is, in my case, I'm extremely shocked by it because here it's as loud as you can get. You know what I mean? Everybody's just loud and expressive and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The whole formality thing. It's rare to find somebody to speak with somebody that's going to say sir, ma'am, or whatever anymore, or even thank you for that matter.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
But
surprising.
it's not just words that they can or cannot use or that they're supposed to use. It's also like topics or things that you're allowed to or
Correct.
not allowed to talk about because you're in that formal stage of the relationship.
Well, it's also the body movement, the mannerisms. I don't know if you notice when they talk, they're very reserved and whatnot. With the formality. Then after having that mutual, I guess, comfortability, and they're giving each other consent to speak casually, then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh yeah, Yeah, I know.
What do you think, as Asians, with that kind of respect or that kind of what's the word, inhibitions, is that a plus or a minus, or how do we work that
I
out with, are we missing out compared to like Western culture that's just got it all
no, no,
free
no, no,
for
no,
all?
no. Because it's that. Here's a perfect example. By doing that in the Asian culture, giving each other or having the formality of having when conversing with each other and whatnot. In a sense, it's kind of giving each other the formality and the mutual respect from the get go. Does that make sense? It's because respect is not. It doesn't necessarily have to be earned. It should be mutually given, right? And then it's up to you to maintain it. And that's
What do you
something
say?
that's not exactly shown or projected in the Western society.
I was about to ask, what do we say to people that don't understand that? Like, why are they talking like that? Why are they? Why?
They're too formal, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how one would accept that or even explain that to another because it could be viewed differently. Oh, that's why you being so formal. Just be casual, relax, take a breather.
It's kind of like somebody telling me to keep my shoes out of the house. When I walk into their house, take your shoes off.
Right.
I'm
Well, no,
thinking
that's
like,
different. That's completely
No,
different.
no. On the flip side of that, I'm thinking like, when you walk into my house, no need to take your shoes off. Come on, relax, be
Right.
yourself. No need.
Right.
So I can understand that. I can understand the Western side, but I don't know how to explain bro, it's not your house. Take your shoes off. But
I
that's
don't
what I
even know
don't.
how to do that even to my American guests here.
Mm.
There are some guests who just even when they walk into an Asian house and they see like a million pairs of shoes or slippers on the
They
foyer
just
or
go
the
walk
foyer,
past it.
they just walk past it and go up. But there are some that actually take their shoes off and realize, oh, you're supposed to take it off. Because it's not really as common as we would think, even though a lot of Asians do it.
Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I can understand both sides, but I'm just thinking like it would be difficult to understand, or it would just
I
like
don't
go
know.
past my head. They don't just go.
I think it all depends on each individual. I don't know. I see both sides. I see no difference into it. But as an Asian, when I go into a house that doesn't exactly, I still take my shoes off. You know what I mean? Oh, I lost you. Can't hear you.
Sorry, I watched Singles Inferno
Yeah.
to recharge my Asianness, even if it's a Korean show. I'm recharging my being Asian. It's like
Right.
I remember, like I have more of an appreciation for being Asian when I watch
Shows like that.
Asian reality shows like that. Like, oh right, there's subtlety, and oh right, there's mutual respect, and we can't just talk like that, like just speak our minds
Right.
however
Right.
we feel like it. Oh right, we're not in the locker room 24/7 of the day. We actually have to like hold our tongue every now and then. Right.
That's why I think you should also watch, like I said before, Terrace House.
Mm.
It's very, in a sense, it's similar on how the mutual respect when they talk to each other.
Mm.
We just don't have that in the Western society. We just don't
that-
here. We just don't have it.
Terrace House. Oh, Terrace House. Yeah, that's Japanese. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Japanese though. Yeah.
I found that weird though. I don't remember seeing any windows in that house. Diba? Am I right?
Of course, there's windows.
I don't remember. I remember watching like maybe a season or an episode, not even a season, but just an episode, and like they call it Terrace House, but I don't see a terrace and I don't see the view. So parang I was like, it feels like I'm watching something from inside Big Brother or something. I don't like it.
Kind of. Yeah, I see
felt
what you're saying.
I felt so claustrophobic.
Anywho,
So,
I'm looking forward to finishing episode 4 of Singles Inferno and to watch the entire season so far. I'm kind of excited.
so speaking of, singles and people getting together and there's this headline that you put up about what's this 12 years together, Kim Chu and Xian Lim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody is breaking up. What's that about?
What? What do you mean? What's that about? You know who these people are, right?
Yeah, but I don't really have an appreciation for the
Same
headline because I
Chinese.
haven't really been following what's going on. Like my last catch up was with Kathleen Bernardo and
Bernardo. Yeah, yeah.
6 years yun, then this one is 12 years.
this one 12 years. So let me
Dami
So,
nakabreak ka.
catch me up to
What
it.
is? Well, I have not much to catch up, but I'm just questioning. Like, okay, so is this like standard now? It's starting to become the norm where they're not getting married, or what? They just decide to like, hey, let's call it quits. Peace out, Girl Scout.
Parang gusto lang nila is friend na lang.
Hindi, pero ano to? Is it because they're Chinese? Sabi mo, anong
Para both
connection
sila
nito?
Chinese, di ba? Okay
Tapos,
naman sila, tanggap sila.
So Kim,
Lang, ayaw, nakipag ano na yung lalaki. Ayaw na.
so the guy is the one that broke up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know, and I don't really know these guys. I just know her from a number of the movies that I've seen here, but these are like older movies and whatnot. I haven't seen any new
The
movies.
Bride for Rent.
I haven't seen that one.
Huh.
And also, I have a friend, Moonchi. You know Moonchi. So
Yeah.
he has actually, I think, worked in a concert for her before, like, I don't know, some marketing or whatever. So that's pretty much the gist of it. But my wife brought it up to me, like, what's going on? Everybody's breaking up in the Philippines. They've been together forever. They've been together 12 years.
is that
I'm like-
because they've been westernized? Is that an argument for westernization? I was like, oh, see, if they were together for 12 years, they could have just been married and,
That's not really thing though. How, I mean, it's
sayang,
always,
sayang.
yun na nga, sayang. It's always been Filipino culture where you've been together for that long, you get married. You know what I mean?
That's why Filipino culture can be toxic sometimes, or family values can be toxic sometimes, because you'll stay together because you were together for 12 years, but you're not happy.
Right, right. So that could be it. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but all of a sudden, all these celebrity couples in the Philippines are breaking up, and they've been together for that long. Does it really matter to me? No, don't care. Why did I bring it up? My wife wanted me to bring it up.
So should we move on to this? Vice Ganda has been in the news again lately. This is like a week old already, pero it just popped up in one of my Facebook feeds. Kung wala kang pera, wag kang gumawa ng pamilya. Kung wala kang pera, wag kang gumawa ng pamilya. Ganyan ang naging pahayag ng It's Showtime host na si Vice Ganda. This is coming from the Philippine Star, by the way.
Yeah.
Ganyan ang pahayag. Pwede ikaw na lang magbasa. Medyo naduduling ako eh. Ito. Ganyan ang pahayag ng... Okay.
Ganyan ang naging pahayag ng It Showtime host na si Vice Ganda patungkol sa pagpapamilya sa segment na Especially for You. This opinion might offend other people, pero kung wala kang pera, wag kang gumawa ng pamilya, saad ni Vice. Dahil kawawa lalo na kung may iluluwal kang batang hindi mo mapapakain ng maayos. Dagdag pa niya. At the end of the day, ikaw ang sasalba sa sarili mo, hindi isa sa ibang tao ni hindi gobyerno, ikaw, pahayag pa ni Vice.
Yeah. So when I first read that, when I first saw it, I was like, real talk, Vice Ganda. Parang ganun. Like, we don't hear a lot of, I mean, it's hard to say it kasi like a lot of people get touchy about, parang it's like telling someone na yung mga jeep dito sa Pilipinas dapat i-upgrade na yan or i-update na yan. But when you say that, once you say that, just like saying kung wala kang pera, wag kang gumawa ng pamilya. Parang it's a very controversial thing to say. Because a lot of people would get hurt by saying it. Because we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah, but I don't think that. See, it's very vague the way she said it now. You know what I mean? It's you can't really say it like that because really, one, you're telling people not to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No, 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 no. I
It's not
think
like contraception. It's not like contraception and safe sex is really practiced in the Philippines.
right,
Let's be
but no, I
honest.
don't think that's what he's saying.
I know that
I
eh. Kanino pa tama yan eh.
patama ba to?
Oo.
Anong patama yan?
Kaya ano yan, remember Richard Gutierrez and Sara Labati?
Okay.
No idea.
That issue eh. Yan yun,
Ano
yung
yung issue na yun?
parang naghiwalay din 'di ba si Sara Labati and Richard Gutierrez.
Tapos hindi natuloy yung
No, that girl nag-lesbian, nagshota, nag-ano ng lesbian kasi wala daw pera si Richard Gutierrez. Wala
Yun
nang
ba yun?
pera. Yeah, that's ano.
I don't know about that
I don't know if
because
this is
that
connected.
guy got money. There's no way he doesn't have money.
No, I think wala, hindi na daw sapat, parang ganun, hindi na kaya.
Wow.
Kasi
Wow.
yata yung anak.
Oh, wow. Well, listen, I don't know if this is connected, but right after that Philippine Star segment came out, and I have another one, a colleague of mine. She's a friend, but we're not really close. There's Inka Magnaya. She also posted something about sex education naman, because that's what you were saying, no? So I wanted to share this one also. Sex education in this country needs to be more comprehensive, because there are a lot of people who weren't planning on starting a family but didn't know any better. So a lot of these families, so I think, it's very parang controversial, maybe the way that they say it or the way that it comes across,
Correct.
as Inka would say it, na parang, people who weren't planning on starting a family didn't know any better. I think this is, let's not listen to the words or get our touchy-feely feelings hurt. And then with what Vice Ganda also said, for me, if I put both together, Inka's and Vice's, comment, well, I think, yeah, there's like not enough really any, or maybe I missed it or I was absent for the day, but there's not enough like sex education here in the Philippines, I think, and I think it would
Right.
prevent a lot of unwanted pregnancies.
Absolutely. It's always been the case since God knows when, or since I've known in the Philippines,
Because
It's
if we talk about, condoms and people getting pregnant, then it's going to be, I don't know what, sacrilegious or what. It's like, wag na, nakakahiya, wag na natin pag-usapan. Let's just have the parents talk about it. And then the parents never talk about it. And then next thing you know, the kids have children.
But that's the contradictory part on the Philippines' beliefs on that. It all it goes back to the religion as well. As a Catholic country, you know what I mean?
So there's a lot of conflicting traditional, cultural tradition and
Right.
toxicity and all that, we're all like sort of trying to navigate through everything all at the same time.
Right. And then all of a
Nakakatawa din sa
sudden,
iba. Like, kunwari, nagkaanak, tapos iaasa sa parents na hindi naman dapat yung parents or granny or
Well,
like, alam mo yun?
I don't think that they're actually relying on the parents for that. It just so happens that when something like that happens, it falls back on the parents because there's nobody else who's going to take care of it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
If they reach
think
out
that-
somewhere else.
Right. I don't think that's purposely done. But like I said, because of the frequency of how it happens in the Philippines, when especially at the younger generation or the younger kids, unfortunately in the Philippines, they do start having sex quite early. Somebody gets pregnant and whatnot.
Maybe what?
You know what? It's not. I'm sorry. I apologize for cutting you off, but it's not only in the Philippines. In Latin America, for that culture, quinceañera is a stature or a time frame for ladies or girls where they turn into women at quinceañera, basically. So
Is that
but
an
in the-
event? Do they celebrate that like the debut here?
exactly. Quinceañera here is, or in their culture, is at 15.
Yeah.
In the Philippines, though, it's 18 years old. But it's still, the biggest question there, I think, for the Latin America culture, sex education and the talk and whatnot is
Ito parang,
more discussed openly rather than the Philippines.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, come to think of it, that's like giving you a car but not teaching you how to drive.
yeah.
Exactly.
Or like, okay, you're 18 now. Here are the keys to your car. But I don't know how to drive the
Right.
car, Dad. Like, well, that's your problem. Go to a driving school.
Is sex education taught or discussed in
that's the-
schools in the Philippines?
No, not that I'm aware of. That's what I was trying to say a while ago. But that's the thing. We're excited to give the gifts. We're excited to make the person or our kids feel good, but we don't want to have that uncomfortable, sex talk.
In the
Di ba?
Philippines?
I think so. I think so. I mean,
Yeah. See, I think that's important. You can't tell your kids honestly, as much as we
I
want
mean,
to tell our kids don't have sex or
here's the
whatnot,
thing.
they're gonna do it.
Part of being a parent is, being woman enough or man enough or adult enough to have that uncomfortable conversation. It's not just about providing and giving the kids, the keys to the car or the keys to kingdom come.
Right. Right.
You got to be like teach them how to drive, and they're going to screw up every now and then, but that's part of being a parent. Like, look who's
Exactly.
talking.
I
Look
mean,
who's talking.
no. But-
Pero, di ba? That's the thing. It's so much easier and so much fun to be able to give the keys to the car, but like the process of getting there.
you got they will always jump in the driver's seat and drive no matter what. So why not just tell them to do it properly or safely for that matter, right?
Listen, can we move on before we run out of time?
Yeah, go ahead. I apologize.
I know you guys are getting ready for your jokes, but before we get into the jokes, I wanna do a quick
Dalaw na.
lightning round for some of the stuff that I came across over the week here. Nothing too much, but let's go Filipino again with Easy Mail. Being signed up for
Shady
I did,
Records.
when we were talking about Easy Mail a few months ago,
Yeah.
and we were all happy that he was signed up with Shady Records, Aftermath, and Interscope. That's all three labels.
Mhm.
He's I only just found out this the other day, or it only really hit me, or just really realized that aside from 50 Cent, he's the only artist that's got all three labels signed.
No kidding.
You didn't know that either? I didn't know
I
that
did
either.
not
I
know
just
that.
found
Do you
out.
know who the
Yeah.
labels were?
Aftermath, Shady Records, and Interscope.
So it's only him and 50.
Yeah.
Wow.
Aside from 50, Easy Mail's the only one that's got
Get
all
out.
three signed up.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
The other one that I wanted to share with you real quick is there's a restaurant in Japan that's getting 37% of its orders wrong. Have you heard about this one? I wanted to share it
No,
on a video
no.
or what, but
That's a pretty impressive stat though.
okay. So usually what's on average, how many percent do people do waiters make a mistake?
Oh man, I don't know, but the 37 is extremely high.
It should be zero, right?
Right.
But these guys get 37% of it wrong because they're hiring people that have dementia.
Oh
So
my God.
that's part of the fun, that when you go there, you get to meet these people, the waiters, the waitresses. It's part of like an advocacy to create awareness about what dementia is all about.
No,
I
that is
guess
so insulting and wrong.
it's fun though, because you never know what you're gonna get,
Yeah,
right?
but ano,
I ordered a steak and cheese, not a pancit
Yeah.
canton.
mapapaaway ka.
No, that's what I wanted to emphasize. So 37% of the order is wrong,
Right.
but it's like I don't remember if it's 67 or 80% here. We could watch the video if you want, but it might take some time for me to pop it on. It's like 60 plus, 80 plus percent of the people that walk out are happy.
Yeah?
Get it? So the order is wrong, but they walk out happy.
So, is that advertised though
I have
by
no
the
idea.
restaurant? I mean,
that-
am I gonna walk in this restaurant sight unseen, not knowing anything, and then just realize, oh, these waiters have issues? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like that. But you know what I mean. There's something wrong. You know?
I think so. I think so.
Hmm.
Here, let me see if I could share it. Give me a second
Hmm.
here. I think it's
That's
easy enough to pop it
ano.
on.
Is that old? Ano?
Let me know if you. Yeah, I guess is it an old video na?
I don't know.
5 weeks ago, about a month ago. Some of the comments
of the
here.
time. 99% of the
Can you hear it? Were
Yeah.
you able to hear that? Okay,
Yeah.
wait. I'll see if I could play it.
exactly what they ordered. They don't care if they get rice instead of noodles because they got to meet and laugh with members of their community that they would normally not meet. And the wait staff, the people with dementia, are also happy because instead of being isolated in their homes or their rooms, they are interacting with people and smiling and laughing. Overall, the restaurant gives everyone involved feelings of amusement and gratitude, which activate dopamine, cannabinoids, oxytocin, and opioids in their brain. And these molecular benefits make people feel good, and they are what allow the customers to forgive the mistakes.
Isn't that just awesome?
I apologize for everything I said. I feel like a jerk right now. I'm so sorry. But that is absolutely awesome. That's awesome.
It's heartwarming, right? Yeah,
It's very
awesome. Like-
heartwarming. Yeah.
Like you get the wrong order, but you walk out of there happy. Who cares?
If I could just shed a tear casually, I'd be tearing right now. That was really nice.
Come on. All right, it's time for the jokes then, probably. We're up at an hour already. You guys still want to do this, or should we just hold it off for the next episode or whatnot?
On what? Well, I mean, what else is left? We went through everything already.
Sige, labas mo na yan. Alam ko kanina ka pa taing-taing
You know,
dyan.
we've already we've already gone through everything, right? Or is there something else we're missing?
There's a couple of other things I think here. There's this guy. I don't remember what this is. Hold on. There's this headline that I wrote here: Discarte or child abuse.
What is that?
What is this thing that I wrote here? Discarte or child abuse. There's this Facebook post. Oh, I gotta open it up or something. But it's something to do with this kid in Cebu. He's wearing his uniform, and I've seen like this in Manila also. This guy's a high school kid wearing a uniform, but in between classes or on his way home or just before class or whatever, he's selling taho. He's a taho vendor. So
That's kind of awesome.
So people are saying, "Uy, madiskarte itong batang to, madiskarte ito." But I was also thinking, is it discarte, which I think it is, or is it child abuse because they're making the kid, work for his high school tuition, parang ganon. So I thought I would just bring it up. But it was another one of those things to be proud of, I guess. Na, this kid, like in his school uniform, high school uniform, naglalako ng taho.
Meron din yun sa USD.
Meron din.
Yeah, candy naman yung iba.
Oh, diba? Marami namang
Pastillas,
ganon. But this
something like
one,
that.
I guess, went viral or what.
Yeah.
A lot of people were reacting to it. But
Well, that's cool. I think that's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Pang-tuition, pandagdag
Pang tuition, pang dagdag. Yeah. That's about it. That's all I got.
Like karamihan yan,
for the whole
alam
week.
mo, yung mga scholar.
The scholars, ang karamihan na
Yeah.
nagaganon, ang
Yeah.
madiskarte, di ba?
Mm.
Yeah, sometimes it gets annoying. You're eating in a restaurant, naglalako sila ng candy or pinipig or whatever. But
No, it's not a student. At saan na yun eh?
hindi estudyante
beggar
yun. Beggar naman. Yun, sabi ni Tin. Pero ito daw, estudyante, tas
Pag
naka-uniform.
naka-uniform, asahan mo,
Estudyante talaga.
estudyante talaga siya. Tapos, sa school mismo, nagtitinda. Visibility ng school.
Okay. But really, the question is, what do IT software engineers in the Philippines eat when they're working?
What do IT software engineers eat when they're working?
Yeah, in the Philippines, yes.
Ano?
Philippine IT software engineers. Eddie Adobo Puto Shop.
Adobo Puto Shop.
Come on.
Ay, nako.
That was pretty good.
No, I think I ate too much Noche Buena. Can somebody research what Noche Buena is actually all about?
That song is so perfect.
Can we just, ano ba ibig sabihin ng Noche Buena? Sige, kayo nga mag-usap kayo. I'll Google what Noche Buena is all about.
Okay. Anong buhok ang pumuputok?
Ano?
Anong buhok ang pumuputok?
Ano?
Eddie Bongs.
Oh, yun ang nakakatawa.
Okay, that was good. Can you turn the background music down a little? It's so
sorry,
loud.
sorry. Here, let me read this one to you. Noche Buena,
Oh.
celebrated around the world. Noche Buena is a holiday celebration for Christian Latinx people around the world. In simplest terms, Noche Buena is the eve before Christmas dinner. But what is it about? There are many widespread.
I mean,
celebrations.
it doesn't even say. It's literally just eating the eve before Christmas dinner. That's it. That's all it's saying.
Yeah. Oh, that's what. Okay.
What do you call a Tagalog person buried alive?
Tagalog person buried alive.
Yeah.
Ano daw?
Ano?
Eddie A. Libingting.
Ito. Anong sabi ng baboy nung nakita niya yung baka?
Ano?
Meet tayo.
Meet tayo.
Bakit gising magdamag ang mga vampira?
Ano?
Kasi
Bakit gising?
nag-aaral sila para sa kanilang blood test.
Hey, there's a little something that I found out from Roberto. Remember Roberto? We interviewed him a few months ago.
Yeah.
He came up with a video recently. Forgive me that I'm not able to play it for you right now. I don't think I saved it. But he made a video something about not Noche Buena, but Simbang Gabi.
Oh.
And he
Oh.
was talking about why is Simbang Gabi like at 4 o'clock in the darn morning. Apparently,
That's true, though.
it's got something to do with, like, I think back in Spain or something like that, they had like midnight masses, and they tried to do that here in the Philippines, midnight masses. But
Oh.
on the next day, like, the farmers would like be falling asleep in the field or something like that. So nakiusap sila, they asked like the priests, or I guess the church, can we just have the Simbang Gabi, the midnight mass, like at 4 a.m. So we wake up, we go to church before we go to the field, and then we work throughout the rest of the day. Because if they wake up at midnight, they're gonna run out of sleep, and they, kulang sila sa tulog the
Kulong
next
sa
day.
tulog, yeah.
So-
That makes sense.
So they changed the midnight mass to 4 a.m., like specifically, I guess, here in the Philippines, so that the farmers, in consideration for what they do for the rest of the day, para makatrabaho pa sila. But in Spain, they have like a siesta and that kind of thing. They don't like work in fields, I guess. So they didn't mind having the mass at midnight.
Okay, well, that makes sense, though. That makes sense. If you think about it, it makes sense. But why do they continue doing it? Why would they? Stupid.
That's it. That's all I got. Music too loud?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, now it's louder. What did you do?
Just clicking away.
Ano?
Oh,
Yeah, tinikling.
Parang ka zombie. Okay.
tagal.
Bakit may K ang dark imbis na C?
Bakit may K
ang dark?
instead na C?
You're talking about the spelling?
Yeah.
D-A-R-K?
Oh.
Bakit?
Kasi yung you cannot see in the dark.
You cannot see in the dark.
Taglish talaga, ha?
Ano naman?
Ano ba yan?
Alam mo ba anong tawag sa isdang bumabaril?
Ano?
Eddie bangus.
That's
Bangus!
Bang bang us. What do you call a person who takes a picture of kakanin?
Ano?
Di photographer.
Oh. Anong sabi ng isda nung nakita niya yung friend niya?
Ano?
Isdayu?
Isdayu.
Isdayu.
Para maka-hip-hop naman yung mga yon. Dalawang isda. Isdayu, pare! Isdayu!
Oy, pare! Isdayu! Come on, chill tayo.
Isdayu, pare!
So
Before we wrap up and I forget, Merry Christmas. We're actually
Oh.
celebrating both on the 24th today, right now, right? It's Sunday already there with you guys.
first time ever in the history of mankind, live on the air, simultaneously, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day being celebrated. What? 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 You don't have any on that.
Pinoy pride.
Pinoy pride. But kagabi pala. So last night I had to I'm going to so my mother-in-law bought my daughter the small one Arya this giant gift. So I guess I can tell you what it is. Arya's not going to listen to the show. It's
You concerned
So
about that now?
so you know how I have a giant truck that I
Mm.
drive, the black one.
No, you
So-
don't drive it. It's just parked in the garage.
That's fun. It's funny you say that. It's been parked in the garage. I haven't used it yet in like a week. I've been not using it because it takes too much gas. I've been using my wife's car. But anyway,
Okay.
I'm gonna take a picture of this. I'm gonna send it to you. So, my mother-in-law bought a smaller version for my daughter,
Oh,
like a rideable one where she can drive it. You know,
okay.
like that.
Okay.
So, I had to assemble it last night. It took me 3.5 hours. I didn't go to sleep till 2 a.m.
Like with the
Okay.
motor and everything? Like you have
Everything. There's
put in-
like 800 fucking pieces. Excuse my French. There's 800 pieces in this thing. And we're talking about the wire, the motor's pre-built. It's screwed into the car already. But I had to put all the
Uh-huh.
wires in. And then the
Ah.
instruction was horrible. So I had to put it together. Okay.
Mm.
And then on top of that, I had to figure out the instruction and Google it because some of it are in, I guess, Chinese. Yeah. In Chinese dialect. So I was like trying to figure out what the hell this is, what the hell that means, yada, yada, yada. And then the images, for some reason, are upside down. So
Mm.
I had to like put the car on little boxes so I can crawl underneath and look like it's a real car,
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
But it took me 3.5 hours for crying out loud just to build this damn thing. Look how big that is to begin with. Look at that. Oh, by the way, that's the dog laying down there. That that big thing right there.
Oh.
We
And then
had to
when she
buy.
and then when she opens it, it's like, Dad, I wanted a Barbie house.
Okay, you see this? Do you see this? I'm circling this giant thing back here, right
I
there.
wanted a kitchen set.
That's the Barbie house back there.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
that giant box in the back right there of that car. That's the Barbie house.
So it's also it's also wrapped.
Yeah, it's also wrapped. The
Sama-sama
kitchenette,
mo
we got. Grandma got her the kitchenette last Christmas.
na.
That's
Oh.
fine because no way in hell we're gonna buy it because it's too freaking expensive. That car, that car that Grandma got her, we can't afford that. Hell no. The only thing we could afford, is that Barbie house right there. It's insane. You know,
Baka
but
marinig na ni Arya.
I'm looking at that picture and it's like, oh, by the way, there's a Christmas tree in the background.
Oh.
oh yeah, there's a little Chris. Have you ever heard of Elf in a Shelf?
No, what's that about?
So it's like this little Christmas elf thing where it's supposed to be placed everywhere and whatnot. And it's done 15 days before Christmas. And it's basically to tell daily stories to kids. And, oh, the elf is doing this so that Santa, in preparation for Santa to come here.
The whole build up.
Exactly. If you look at the top of the Christmas tree, you look at that. You see those two things up there? That's two elves that I taped to the ceiling to make it
Yeah.
look like it's climbing into the tree. And hold on, I'm trying to take a close-up picture of it. Okay, here we go. I want to show this to you before we go. I'm sorry. I know we're holding us up here.
Isn't it weird to have your screen like all bendable like that, like with that phone of yours?
No,
We were looking at a model like that in the mall the other day, and we were like, looks like it's gonna break.
so
I'll give that a year and a half.
it's not gonna break. So these are those two elves.
Nice.
I taped their head because one is supposed to be a male elf and one is a female.
Is that a new thing, elf in a shelf, or is that the same
Like
thing
the
as
last-
a gnome?
It's the same thing as a gnome, but it's like the last
Yeah.
couple of years here. Yeah. So like I'm doing like a Mission Impossible theme and whatnot. you know?
Right. the
Anywho,
effort, the effort,
the
that you guys
effort,
put
man, we
into
do
this.
for these kids, it's ridiculous.
Christmas
Yeah.
is for kids.
But yeah, all that Christmas wrapping and all that stuff. But that car, holy crap, dude. 3.5 hours of putting it together. I was getting frustrated and I didn't know what to do because I was so tired.
Mm.
At some point, maybe like around midnight, because I finished at about 1:30, right? At around midnight, I had to like turn on a tablet and watch some old videos from like Commander Daot so that it keeps me awake.
Ay, nako, that's like me trying to figure out how to reinstall the OS on this iMac, my gulay.
We're gonna talk about that after the show. So anyway, I think we're done for today.
Yeah, let's go before we break anything. I'm ready for that extra.
Yeah. Hey, listen, guys. Again, thank you for tuning in. TikTok, appreciate your support and whatnot. Everywhere else, and Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. There's been a
Yep.
couple of views. Appreciate it.
Way past my bedtime. We're gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
Not even
Hey,
gonna wait for midnight.
we have 2 more episodes for the year, and then the year's over. Thank you very much for your constant support. We appreciate it. Again, this is The Flip Side with Jay and Noel. Thank you, Christine. My name is Jay.
My name is Noel. And this is Christine. My best Christmas gift for
Aw.
for this year. Aww.
You guys are so sweet. Just hold on. We'll catch you guys later.
On the flip side.
You can catch the full episodes on youtube.com at The Flip Side with Jay and Noel. Full episodes uploaded every Wednesdays and Saturdays.